Today's lecture is on lucid dreaming, understanding and harnessing the power of conscious dreams. Good morning, everyone. Today, we will delve into the fascinating world of lucid dreaming, an extraordinary state of consciousness where the dreamer is aware they are dreaming and may even exert control over their dreams. Lucid dreaming has intrigued humanity for centuries, but only in recent decades has science begun to uncover its mechanisms and potential applications. What is lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming occurs when a person becomes aware that they are dreaming while still in the dream state. This phenomenon typically happens during the rapid eye movement REM stage of sleep, the period associated with vivid dreaming. Key characteristics of lucid dreaming include 1. Dream awareness, the realization that this is a dream. 2. Dream control, the ability to influence the dream's narrative, characters, or environment. 3. Heightened senses, often, dreams feel more vivid and detailed than normal. Historical context. Lucid dreaming has been recognized in spiritual and cultural practices for centuries. Tibetan Buddhism, practitioners of dream yoga, use lucid dreaming for spiritual enlightenment. Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, described self-awareness during dreams in his writings. How does lucid dreaming work? From a scientific perspective, lucid dreaming involves a unique interaction between different regions of the brain. Prefrontal cortex, responsible for self-awareness and decision-making. This area is typically inactive during REM sleep but shows increased activity during lucid dreams. Parietal lobes, linked to sensory integration. The activation of these lobes may explain the vividness of lucid dreams. Studies supporting lucid dreaming. 1. Electroencephalogram (E). Research. EEG studies have shown that lucid dreaming corresponds to hybrid brainwave activity, combining REM sleep patterns with wakeful states. 2. Signal studies. In 1980, researchers Keith Hearn and Stephen LaBerge demonstrated that lucid dreamers could communicate with the waking world through prearranged eye movements during REM sleep. How to induce lucid dreaming? Several techniques can help increase the likelihood of experiencing a lucid dream. 1. Reality checks. Regularly questioning whether you are awake or dreaming helps build a habit that carries over into your dreams. Examples: counting fingers, checking a clock, or trying to push your hand through a solid object. 2. Dream journaling. Writing down your dreams upon waking improves dream recall and awareness. 3. Mnemonic induction of lucid dreams. Mile. Repeating affirmations like "I will realize I am dreaming" as you fall asleep. 4. Wake back to bed WBTB. Waking up after 6 hours of sleep, staying awake for 20-30 minutes, and then returning to sleep increases REM activity. 5. Light and sound devices. Tools such as the Nova Dreamer use external stimuli to alert the dreamer while they are in REM sleep. Applications of lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming offers numerous practical benefits, ranging from personal growth to scientific exploration. 1. Psychological benefits. Overcoming nightmares. Lucid dreaming is a recognized therapy for recurring nightmares, allowing individuals to confront and transform their fears. Anxiety and PTSD relief. Studies suggest that controlling dream content can help reduce anxiety and alleviate symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. 2. Skill development. Motor skill improvement. Research published in Nature found that practicing physical tasks in lucid dreams, for example, sports techniques, can improve real-world performance due to neural activation. 3. Creativity and problem solving. Famous examples. Dmitri Mendeleev reportedly discovered the periodic table through a dream. Salvador Dali drew inspiration for his surrealist art from his dreams. 4. Self-exploration and healing. Lucid dreams can provide a safe space for introspection, resolving inner conflicts, and exploring the subconscious mind. Challenges and limitations. Despite its benefits, lucid dreaming is not without challenges. 1. Difficulty in induction. Many struggle to achieve lucidity consistently. 2. Sleep disruption. Techniques like WBTB may interfere with sleep quality. 3. Overexcitement. Becoming too excited in the dream can wake the dreamer prematurely. Additionally, studies are ongoing to understand the long-term neurological and psychological effects of frequent lucid dreaming. Conclusion. Lucid dreaming is a remarkable phenomenon that bridges the gap between waking life and the dream world. With applications ranging from psychological healing to creativity enhancement, it offers a unique tool for personal growth and scientific inquiry. While still an emerging field of study, lucid dreaming has the potential to reshape how we view consciousness and the boundaries of the human mind. I encourage you to explore your dreams tonight. Who knows what discoveries await? Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Well, that was a very thought-provoking lecture. I wonder what our friends at Bar Chats have to say about it. Let's drop by the bar and find out.
All right, welcome everyone. Today we're taking a deep dive into something pretty mind-blowing: lucid dreaming.
Yeah, this should be fun.
We've got this lecture that's packed with info like centuries of history,
Yeah.
cutting-edge science, and even practical tips. So
It's really amazing how much we're learning about this now.
yeah, and it's not just, some mystical thing anymore.
Right, exactly. I mean, we're talking Tibetan monks, ancient philosophers.
Scientists proving you can actually communicate from inside a dream.
Yeah, some wild stuff.
So get ready to have your mind bent a little, folks. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is lucid dreaming?
Well, simply put, it's knowing you're dreaming while you're dreaming.
Okay, that sounds, I don't know, kind of obvious. Like, don't we all kind of know when we're in dreamland?
No, not really. It's totally different. Imagine, suddenly becoming aware in the middle of a dream that it's not real. But not just aware, you can actually control things, make decisions, even change the entire dream.
Whoa, that's where it gets tricky, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And the lecture emphasizes that your senses are heightened too.
So, everything's more vivid.
Way more vivid. Colors, sounds, emotions, it's all amplified, super real.
Okay, now that's something I'd want to experience. But before we go there, let's rewind a bit.
Sure.
The lecture mentioned dream yoga. What's that all about?
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. For centuries, Tibetan Buddhists have practiced this technique.
Dream yoga?
Yeah, they use lucid dreaming for spiritual growth, like training the mind to reach enlightenment.
So not just fun and games, huh?
Definitely not. And it's not just some Eastern thing.
Oh.
Even Aristotle, way back in ancient Greece, he talked about dream self-awareness.
So this idea has been around for ages.
Yeah, it's a pretty universal human experience.
Okay, but how do we know it's real, not just, people making stuff up?
Well, that's where the science comes in.
Right.
Researchers are finding actual measurable proof in brain activity.
Like how?
EEGs, those brainwave measuring devices, show unique patterns in lucid dreamers.
So something different is happening up there.
Exactly. It's not just regular sleep. It's like this hybrid state of consciousness.
Okay, that's pretty convincing, but did the lecture get into, hardcore proof? Something undeniable.
Oh, it gets even better. There was this study where people communicated from inside their dreams.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, using prearranged eye movements that showed up on the EEG readings.
So they're sending messages from dreamland. That's insane.
Right. It proves they were conscious and in control, interacting with the waking world.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued.
Me too.
But let's get practical here.
Sure.
Say I want to try this myself. What are some techniques the lecture suggested?
Well, one simple one is called reality checking. It's about training your mind to question your surroundings all the time.
Like constantly wondering if I'm in the matrix.
Not exactly. It's more like throughout the day, do little checks.
Like what?
Look at your hand, count your fingers. In a dream, things are often distorted, so that can be your cue.
So if my fingers suddenly multiply, I know I'm dreaming. Clever.
Right. The more you do it while awake, the more likely you'll do it in your dream and realize, hey, this isn't real.
Got it. So that's reality checking.
Yep.
What about keeping a dream journal?
Oh, that's another classic. It's not just about remembering your dreams. It's about actively paying attention to them, the details, the emotions, everything.
So the more I pay attention, the more likely I am to become aware during the dream itself.
Exactly. You're training your brain to be observant, even in the dream world.
Okay, I'm starting to see how these techniques could work. Any others?
Oh yeah, plenty more. The lecture gets into some really interesting ones.
Well, let's dive into those then.
Let's do it. Okay, so one technique that caught my eye is called Mildy.
Mildy.
Yeah, it stands for Mnemonic Induction of Lucid Dreams. It's all about using affirmations.
Affirmations like, positive self-talk and stuff.
Exactly. But in this case, you're using them to plant the idea of lucidity in your mind as you're falling asleep.
So I'm basically telling myself, tonight, I'm going to be aware I'm dreaming.
Yeah, pretty much. You're setting the intention, and the lecture says the more you repeat it,
the more likely it is to stay.
Exactly.
Okay, that one sounds pretty easy. I might actually try that.
It's a good starting point for sure.
Now, what about this WBTV thing the lecture mentioned?
That's wake back to bed. It's a bit more involved.
Involved how?
It's all about messing with your sleep cycle a little to increase your chances of having a lucid dream.
Messing with my sleep cycle sounds a bit risky.
It's not that bad. Basically, you set an alarm for like 4 to 6 hours after you fall asleep.
Okay.
Then you wake up, stay awake for 20, 30 minutes, do something engaging.
And then go back to sleep.
So I'm interrupting my sleep on purpose. Why would I do that?
Because when you go back to sleep, you're more likely to enter REM sleep quickly.
And REM sleep is where the dreams happen.
Bingo. You're basically hacking your sleep to have more vivid dreams and hopefully become lucid. Okay, I can see the logic there, but the lecturer also talked about some downsides to this, right?
Yeah, like it can disrupt your sleep if you're not careful.
Especially if you're already sleep deprived.
Right. The lecture stressed being mindful of your own needs. Don't push it if you're struggling.
Good advice. Now, what about the whole, reality blurring with fantasy thing? If you can control your dreams, does that mess with your perception of what's real?
That's a common concern, and the lecture did touch on it, but it reassured that most people who practice lucid dreaming don't have that issue.
So it's not like I'll suddenly think I can fly in real life or something.
No, not usually.
Right.
It's more about expanding your understanding of what's possible, both in your mind and in the real world.
Okay, that's reassuring. But what about getting too excited and waking yourself up?
Oh yeah, that's a classic one. It's like you finally achieve lucidity and you want to go wild.
Totally. Fly to the moon, talk to celebrities, a whole 9 yards.
But that surge of excitement can jolt you awake before you've had a chance to really experience it.
So it's about staying calm, enjoying the moment without getting carried away.
Exactly. Finding that balance is key.
Makes sense. But let's talk about why someone would even want to bother with all this. I mean, sure, controlling your dreams sounds cool.
Right.
But what are the, real-world applications?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. The lecture highlighted some amazing research on the therapeutic potential of lucid dreaming.
Therapeutic?
Yeah, there are studies on using it to treat recurring nightmares, especially for people with PTSD.
So instead of being tormented by a nightmare, you can actually confront your fears head on.
Exactly. It's like taking back control, rewriting the script of your nightmare and turning it into something positive.
Wow, that's powerful stuff. Any other therapeutic uses?
There's a lot of research still being done, but there's growing interest in using it for anxiety, chronic pain, even working through emotional blocks or trauma.
So it's like a safe space to explore those difficult things.
Exactly. It's a controlled environment where you can process those emotions without the real-world consequences.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. And the lecture also mentions some famous examples of people using lucid dreaming for creative problem solving.
Oh yeah, tons of Dmitry Mendeleev. He supposedly got the idea for the periodic table of elements from a dream.
No way.
Yeah. And Salvador Dali, the surrealist painter, he was all about using dreams for inspiration.
So it's not just about therapy, it can actually boost creativity too.
Absolutely. It's about tapping into that hidden potential within our minds.
Okay, this is all very intriguing, but is it safe? I mean, messing with your dreams, your subconscious, it seems like there could be unintended consequences.
It's a valid concern, and the lecture did address it, emphasizing the need for self-awareness and respect for the power of this practice.
So it's not for everyone.
Right. The lecture cautioned against it if you're already dealing with anxiety or sleep disorders, for example.
Makes sense. It's like anything else. You got to know your limits and proceed with caution. But for those who are ready and willing to explore, it seems like lucid dreaming offers this incredible opportunity to tap into a hidden part of ourselves, unlock creativity, maybe even heal old wounds.
That's the beauty of it. It's about expanding the boundaries of what we think is possible in both our dreams and our waking lives.
Well, I gotta say, this deep dive has definitely piqued my interest. I'm feeling inspired to maybe give some of these techniques a try myself. How about you?
Right.
Have you ever had a lucid dream? Have you ever had a lucid dream?
You know, I have actually. It was pretty incredible. Like one of those experiences you never forget.
I bet. What was it like?
Hard to describe, but I was in this huge open field.
Oh, okay.
The sky was filled with these crazy swirling colors, and I just knew I was dreaming.
Wow.
And it was like this feeling of total freedom. I could do anything, fly, talk to animals, even change the whole landscape just by thinking about it.
That's amazing, like having your own personal world to play in.
Exactly, but it wasn't just about the cool stuff I could do. It was the clarity, the awareness. I felt so present, like everything was super real.
The lecture mentioned that even just being more aware in your dreams, even without full lucidity, can be really profound.
Oh, absolutely. I've had tons of dreams where I wasn't like in complete control.
Yeah.
But there was this underlying awareness, this knowing that it was a dream, and that itself was incredibly liberating.
So you're not just along for the ride anymore, you're kind of, I don't know, participating in the story.
Exactly. And the lecturer pointed out that this can have a ripple effect on your waking life, too.
Oh, how so?
You start to see connections between your dreams and your thoughts, your emotions. Like, it gives you this deeper understanding of yourself.
Makes sense, like you're getting a glimpse into your own subconscious.
Exactly.
It really makes you think differently about dreams. They're not just these random images, they're a part of us.
Right. And lucid dreaming gives us a way to, like, explore that part of ourselves more consciously.
Yeah. So for our listeners who are now super interested in trying this out, what are some key takeaways from the lecture that might help them?
Well, first and foremost, be patient.
Yeah, I imagine it takes practice.
It does. Don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen right away. Just keep practicing those reality checks. Keep a dream journal, experiment with different techniques.
And even if you don't become a master lucid dreamer overnight, just paying more attention to your dreams can be beneficial.
Oh, definitely. Better dream recall, more self-awareness, maybe even some unexpected insights into your waking life.
It's about the journey, right?
Exactly. And who knows what you might discover along the way.
Well, I think this deep dive has given us all a lot to think about. I'm definitely feeling inspired to explore my own inner world a bit more.
The world of dreams is full of possibilities, so as the lecturer asked, what will you create?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with. Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of lucid dreaming.